Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BIM Chat. My name is Dineo Promedise, and tonight I get the opportunity to chat to a very young and talented basketball player. Her name is Onenda Olenga, and let's see if we can get her to join. Please make sure add or ask her. And I see Kimati23 has joined, KK Star has joined, Kuds 2.0, sorry, Ruben 11, Jordan Shah, I think. And keep the love coming in, guys. Keep the positive comments coming in and the great questions. We're still waiting for Onenda to connect. I see Josh J284 has joined. Precious Riri has joined. Welcome. Waiting for Onenda to connect. I've sent the request. I've accepted the request. Unable to join. Take It Mango has joined. Okay, let's see if we can add her again. May you please help me join? Working on it now. There we go. Hi, Onenda.
Hi, Janelle.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I am well, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's such a great pleasure to get to know what an alumni player from the Ball in Motion camp has been able to achieve from these camps. But I think the important question that we need to first ask you is how did your love for basketball start?
I started playing basketball in grade 8, and it looked like an interesting sport, so I decided to join it. So, yeah.
Can you switch your camera? I think the camera flipped on the other side. We can't see you.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix it.
Okay, there we have it.
It's okay now. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay.
All right. Suppose asking. Okay, yes, we fixed it. We fixed it. So you've basically attended 2 Ball in Motion camps. The first one was the BIM Africa camp. Can you tell us what you were able to learn from that camp and what you were exposed to?
So at that camp, I met different types of people that taught me different types of things. So I improved my communication skills because I usually don't talk a lot. And yeah, my dribbling and defense and offense.
And you were awarded the camp MVP. Tell us about how that felt for you.
I was surprised because I felt like I didn't play well, and there were people that played better than me. So why did I get the award?
And you were awarded the opportunity to go to Senegal as well after being crowned the MVP. What did you get to experience in Senegal?
So the girls in Senegal were more competitive, and the language was different. So I just had to adjust. I can speak French, but it's not that well. So communication wasn't there. Yeah, but I also made the all-star team and didn't play as much because everything was still new and I was sort of confused.
And what did you enjoy the most about visiting or traveling to Senegal?
The people that I played with, the environment was nice. The vibe was amazing, though.
We have a question here that says, what was the competition level at Senegal compared to South Africa?
The competition in Senegal was like, it was more compared to South Africa because those girls have more experience and they seem to put in more work.
And when you attended the second Ball in Motion development camp, you walked away as the MVP again. So how were you able to be that consistent from the first tournament up until the second one, or the first camp rather?
I practice consistently, and we have like weekly practices at school. So we practice the whole week, and I'd stay behind to work harder on whatever the coach needs me to work with.
And what did you enjoy the most from the development camp?
Uh, the people that attended the camp and the coaches that were willing to put in the work for us to work and get that right.
And how has attending the camp basically impacted your development?
I can now speak freely, and I'm willing to learn about other people, and I'm not shy of being around other people and people that I haven't seen before, new people.
Another question here says, what do you think we need to do in South Africa in order to catch up with Senegal?
I feel like we should practice more, and we should like add the level of practices, and teams should have friendlies so that we know what we're up against instead of practicing and having scrimmages in the practice.
So more friendlies against the national teams.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. I think I saw another question here. Who was your toughest match up in Senegal? Or who or which, yeah. Which was the toughest match that you played in Senegal?
The All-Star game.
The All-Star game. Why was
Yeah.
that the toughest one?
Because everybody was playing their own game. I feel like there was no communication. And for example, if you got something wrong or you didn't play according to maybe your point guard, they wouldn't pass the ball to you. So I was put bench most of the time. So yeah.
And your journey in basketball doesn't just end at the Ball in Motion camp, but you've also played in the school's national championships, right? For the Gauteng under 18s, but you played when you were 15.
I started last year, 2018, when I was 14.
So you
Yeah, I was
started
the young.
playing when you were 14.
Yes.
And how did it feel being the youngest in the team?
I was scared. I was scared because I don't know, those girls knew more than I did, and it was my first time actually being away from home more than one day.
But I'm sure you did enjoy the experience and also the things that might have impacted your growth today as a basketball player.
Yes.
And what would you say was the toughest game that you played at the school nationals? You were representing the Gauteng province, so which province do you feel like was a really tough team to play against?
The Western Cape, because those girls were just as good as us, but then they had an advantage in shooting, and therefore they won that game.
When you say an advantage in shooting, what do you mean? Do you mean that
They had
they had taller players or
like most of their players will take shots, and then the rebounders would box us out. So it was difficult for the men down low to actually go for that rebound.
okay? And another comment here says, tell us more of yourself, where you're from, what position you play. I know you play for Greenside High School. Which position
Um,
do you play?
I play down low. I'm the center.
You're the setter. And what do you miss the most about playing basketball with your high school teammates?
Our practice sessions, most of our wins, and the conversations we'd have on the courts, on the bus, and on the way to our certain games.
And currently now, as we've all been home, how have you been keeping fit throughout this whole pandemic from the comfort of your own home?
So I walk around the complex and in the morning and in the afternoon I practice my dribbling outside in front of the house, yeah.
And what are your plans for the future? There's a question that says, "What you looking to do after school? Do you want to play varsity level basketball, or what do you think your plans for the future would be?"
I want to play varsity basketball, but I also want to study medicine.
Do you think you'd be able to balance the two?
Yes.
How has it been balancing your schoolwork and also playing basketball?
Um, it seems like the more I do sports, the higher my marks in class go. So it teaches me that discipline to get back home and study hard so that I don't miss out on anything or get into trouble for not getting certain work done the next day.
So you would say that sports actually contributes to your academic performance.
Yes.
And it's good to hear such because there's many people that feel that it actually disturbs it. So hearing that you playing sports actually um increases your academic performance is very, very good to hear.
Thank you.
Another question, they say, what is down low? Which position is playing down low?
Center, the big man on the court.
Okay, I hope they got that. And they say, okay, another question here. Which country are you going to represent? South Africa or DRC?
South Africa.
Okay, it's great to hear that. Then we know that the future of women's basketball is looking bright with you in our corner. Is there anything that you would like to share with anyone that is basically on the same journey as you are, playing basketball in South Africa and looking to achieve something great for the country? Any words of advice to your future teammates?
I would like to say that we shouldn't give up on our dreams and we should always stay determined, even though there's going to be challenges. We should
Yes.
like keep our eye on the goal and focus on it no matter what comes our way, and we'll get there eventually.
We'll get there eventually. Very well said, Onenda. Thank you so much for giving us the time just to get to know a bit about you. And we are very happy to hear that you would love to represent South Africa. Once again, as we said, the future looks bright. And we wish you the best in all of your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, then. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
And to everyone else that is still tuning, please make sure um, that you subscribe to the Ball in Motion YouTube channel so that you can catch up on any of the other BIM chats that we've had that you might have missed out on. It has been a great pleasure having you guys with us and giving us the opportunity to just talk to the young talents that we have in South Africa. And make sure that you tune in again on Friday at 6 as we have another BIM chat. And like I said, please subscribe and catch up on the rest of the chat. Cheers, guys.